a beast.
Bitches mad cute.
Hello, welcome to the Monday stream. We're going to be finishing up, or hopefully polishing up Marble Race today. There's still a few more changes I want to make before I release it. I am going to release the blue noise generator today as well, because it is, as far as I'm more done, I'm going to do a little bit more testing to make sure that it works properly. And then I'm going to post on my website, and it'll be good to go. So I'm opening up. So the first change, or not really change, that I want to make to Marbles in browser is that a while ago I found that the custom course, where I found out I had to change the way it loaded the courses so that there are these random values that you need to access in both the shader and JavaScript. So I had to change the course loading so that it like generated those values before and you could access them in both. But I never changed the custom course to match up with that, so we're going to do that. I'm trying to get this dang webcam working. I should have fixed this before stream, but you know. All right, that actually looks like it's good. Okay. Let us begin. All right, so I'm going to open up the Marbles in browser code. Now I'm going to go to the custom course loading. So this is the normal course loading. So right here it calls the get function, and it assigns the values, but over here it calls the get function and assigns the values. And there's more options in this one. So it actually is incompatible. Oh no, it's incompatible. I did switch the scene, right? Alright, I did switch the scene. So the issue here is that right here I evaluate and load the code for the custom course, and then it executes it right away to get these functions. But the issue is, if I go into the custom course code right here, you look at this part before it returns the functions. I might need to make this a function that returns a function that returns an array of functions. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, well, you do what you gotta do, right? So, yeah, I'm probably gonna The thing is, though, I already started writing the documentation for the custom courses, so now that I'm changing this, I'm gonna have to change the documentation. So that's kind of crappy, but whatever. Like I said, you kind of do what you gotta do. So if we look at the normal courses right here, you can see it would be able to buffer the actual course information would get loaded before it calls this. Yeah, so I have to do the same thing as this. Change that around. All right. So that actually shouldn't be too hard. Actually, let me just I haven't done this for I haven't worked on this for a few days. I don't even remember if it was broken the last time I did it, because sometimes, I just stop working on something when it's broken. No, everything works awesome. And it looks pretty damn good. So another thing we're going to do today is we're going to implement the blue noise that we generated these past few days. And it should result in this getting a lot smoother. Do I not have the color balancing on? No, I don't. Stupid. The color balancing makes it look so much better. All right, good stuff. It does work. Oops, that's the wrong window. Okay, so right here it loads the custom course. Instead of calling this function right away, you know what, I should actually write the custom course code first. So instead of passing in this data, I could actually make this simpler. I could wrap this in the function. So all I need to do is do return function that returns array of course functions. And then here I'll pass in the random values. So then once it returns the array, and it exits out of the function. Oh man, this is like really not readable. I guess I could just do this as an array like that. So then that's function. All right, so now loading that, instead of executing our evaluated code right away, once we evaluate, oh yeah, so we need to buffer this. So we need to do function return plus, and wrap it in the function call. Wait, let me check what that looked like before. So it returned a function, but it didn't call it, and then it called it from here. Okay. So it's going to call it right here. It's going to give the course data. So I guess I'll initialize all the spawn camera stuff elsewhere. Actually, I can initialize the drag and the number of random variables here. And one thing before I forget it, when it exits the course, besides unloading the shaders, I should also reset the values. I think there's a course unload function. Yeah, unload right here. Let me make sure it's unloading all the shaders too. Light P shader, light frag shader, shadow P shader. It's not even checking if there's background shadows. Sets these to null to unload it. It should also if custom course. Free that. The hell am I doing freeing data in JavaScript? Jesus. Alright, now I do the rest of this up here after it's loaded. So then getF becomes cdata. Oh wait, the indexes of these completely changed now. So this is index 1. This is index 0. This is index 1. This is index 2. Okay. So that does the exact same thing here, even if it isn't loading the custom course. The last function is the finish line function, right? Yeah. The only difference is it passes in variables here if it's the custom course. So yeah, I'm actually just going to do different code for if it's the custom course here. And it's only different for spawn camera. So if custom course else cf equals cr.getf, cr.spawn camera equals cf0, cr.getf, and then we need to pass in the marbles, the course length, okay, so I load the course length here. Then I need the RNG function, RNGM. And then I need the random data, which is randv, I believe. Just check that to make sure. Randv, yes. Okay. So now, as you can see here, we have to create a custom spawn camera function. So cr.spawnCamera equals function cf0, and then set the data from that. All right. Oops. This should be everything for our custom course now. Let's test it out. Nope, there's an error. Okay. String contains a legal character. Wait, a legal character? Where? I actually don't see an illegal. Oh, it's not replacing the randoms. And random, see data too. Function, return, execute function. Syntax error. Function statement requires a name. Wait, where is that? Oh. I need to wrap it in some scope. Random undefined. Oh, it returned a function. Wait. Function return string 0, which is an array. How is returning an array generating a function? Let me try outputting the S string as well. Maybe it's batching something, I don't know. Wait, for some reason the array is gone here. Let me output the raw result as well. Why is that different? Am I not actually loading in the right course? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm not loading in the right course. Absolute moron. I must have the drag too high or something. I don't know. Oh, the data array. Did a drag. Oh, I did draw instead of drag. Alright, well now I know this is all working. Awesome. So the custom course loading is good again. I'm going to update this. Alright, so I have to update this example code. Now that I've changed how the course works. Custom course file begins with JavaScript. Array with I'm not even going to comment this, I'm just going to let it describe itself. Let's get some music on as well. Oh wait, that's a different course. Oh no. This is the course. Alright, let's convert this over. Alright, let's fully document this. Hey, Nico. Used for used for spawning marbles. Course length. Used for scaling course. And RNG is a deterministic RNG function used for seeding the course. RandV is an array of random floats from 0 to 1. The same random values from the shader and 0, etc. Alright, so returns array of functions. Only thing that's different is the physics drag here. And this ends with a function. So right now I have a custom course system in this marbles game I'm making. So I'm writing some documentation on how to do custom courses. I actually already had the documentation written, and then I just changed how it loads the custom course, so I gotta change the code in the documentation. It's not really documentation actually, it's more like an example code. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure that all of this works. You're mixing JavaScript and C++. Nope, it's all JavaScript. Oh yeah, so actually half of it is GLSL, which is C-like right here. Marks the end of JavaScript code and the beginning of GLSL. Alright, so now I'm gonna run this custom course and make sure it actually works. It doesn't. C data is undefined. Well, I did something. Maybe it was this on the same line, I don't know. Unreachable code after return statement. So this function returns an array, all of that is good. There must be something right here. So what it's actually doing in the JavaScript, you can see here, is it's wrapping it in a function that then puts return in front of it. So what this is actually doing in the code is returning an array from a function. The problem is with eval is you don't get any sort of information for where the evaluated code's going wrong. Damn, JS is hard to read. It has no types or anything, so like it's a lot of event-based stuff. Like you can see declaring functions in functions for like events and things like that. It's a different kind of language than a lot of others. C/C++/GLSL, that's, yeah, C is my favorite, but there's some stuff that I like to do in WebGL because it's easier for people to use. I can't read if there's no type. Well, there is a type in JavaScript. It's just var fits any type. So C data, for whatever reason, it's returning empty C data right here. So I'm just gonna output to the log what the C data is. And I'm also gonna output to the console the code it's loading, just to make sure I'm not an idiot and I'm not loading the wrong code, because I was doing that before. Oh, it's this comment right at the end. I need to add a new line in between the comment. Oh, this got loud. So what I need to do is that comment I added at the end of the code here, because I add a parentheses and whatever this thing is, a bracket at the end, that gets put in the comment unless I do new line. Alright, apparently I'm completely wrong because it still didn't load. I guess I'm also going to output this split string right here where it splits the result by the divider. Alright, so it starts with the comment. Let's extract divider marks the end of GLSL and the beginning of GLSL. Huh. Unreachable code after return statement. Let me check what it's compiling as well. I actually don't know why this isn't working. Let's see, function, return. Wait, is the comment, do you think the comment right here after the return is breaking it? Let me try something. Return, test. Let's try. I can just easily remove this comment. Let's see if that fixes it. No, it doesn't. Unreachable code after return statement. Return array of functions. End of that, and then put a comment between the end of the function. Oh my god, I don't know what's going wrong. Huh. I guess I could just try removing the comments. For whatever reason, it's not returning. Putting a semicolon there. Wait, so I know this one executes. What does this do differently? Same random values from the shader. Function. Array, finish the function. Let's see, does this compile? What did I do? How do I get this back? Undefined function seen. Undefined function seen. Wait. For some reason it didn't put the scene at the end of this. What? Alright, something's seriously breaking now. I didn't spell divider wrong or anything. Oh, I'm forgetting to assign the element. How did I miss that? Oops. Okay. So this custom course works. It's a very bad custom course, but it works. So now I just gotta figure out what I did wrong. In this course right here. Let's go through it again. There's array, marbles, course length, RNG, random value, shader define count, unreachable code after return statement. Damn. So somewhere in here, I'm thinking that it has something to do with the comments. So I'm removing the comments, and let's see if this works. Nope. Unreachable code after return statement. Oh my god, what is different? As far as I'm aware, this is exactly the same. Return array of functions. The code is like exactly the same. This is ridiculous. I don't have a comment right here. Like, basically the only difference is that there's more comments in one. So for whatever reason, it's not returning. Even though the code right up here is return. Return this code here, which is an array. Wrapped and then function call. Wait, it was one of those comments. What the heck? What? What? Wait, actually, seriously, what? So is this comment right here? No, it wasn't that comment. So it was the divider code right here. So do I need like /r as well? Alright, function return array of marbles. Divider marks the beginning of GLSL. If I remove this, does it fix it? I'm so confused why this comment is actually causing it to break. So it's not that comment that's causing it to break. What? What? I actually don't know. Don't know what's happening. So it wasn't that. Wait, why is it sometimes working and sometimes not working? Was it this then? So what I'm trying to do is load some custom JavaScript code by doing evaluate eval. And it's saying the code is unreachable after the return statement unless I remove the comments here, but I'm not sure. I just removed the comments that made it work, and then and now I don't know what comments I removed again. Like, I'm actually thinking the browser is caching it, and I'm just not realizing it. Unreachable code after return statement, but there's no unreachable code here. Returns an array. Does it think this comment is unreachable code? Is that what it is? Doesn't actually think that comment is a return statement, does it? Wait, it did just cache it, and it didn't measure the updates. Oh. I am so confused right now. I actually have no idea what is happening here. Unreachable code after return statement. What code? There's literally no code after any return statements. Unreachable code after return statement. Return array, no code after it. Returns the array and there's no code after returning. What unreachable code after the return statement? Fucking JavaScript, man. Maybe this needs to be on like the first line. Holy shit. It is just being on the first line. You can't do return new line. Oh shit. Okay, so I'll add that here so that's obvious. Custom course file begins with JavaScript that returns array of information about custom course functions. Alright, well now I know. Alright, so now both of these should run. I might try documenting this more. Alright, I think that's good. I can give a link to the Discord there. Alright, so the next thing is going to be fixing up the path tracer and maybe making more custom courses. Maybe making a better vortex. But I'm good with this one. Might need a bit less drag though. Yeah, so I'm going to switch around the courses. I'm going to stop logging this to the console. Alright, so less drag on vortex. And then we're going to switch vortex around. Pinball is going to be first. Oh, I gotta update this so pinball starts in front of the marbles. Alright, I need to go get something to drink first. And talking kills my throat without water. Alright. Okay, now we're going to fix up little bits of marble race. Also might make the course sifter and crumbling asteroid, we'll see. Also, I gotta fix this randomize button. There we go. Alright, so I don't know if I want to work on more courses or polishing first. I think I'll work on polishing. I actually don't need this code anymore, or any of this testing stuff. Alright, one thing I saw that I wanted to update in pinball right here is first of all the starting position, and then there seems to be a decent amount of ghosting happening here where it's not fully updating after moving. So this is the really hard part about the path tracer, because this is something that probably should be scaled based on the surface roughness. But yeah, I don't want to focus that much more on the path tracer. One of the things I do want to experiment with. Alright, so first of all, let me fix the spawning position. Let me make sure the spawning position is good for all the courses. So for pinball, it spawns the camera straight up. Spawning the marbles, not close enough to the ground. And that spawned the camera in a pillar. Alright, so I want to move it back a little bit. Oh, and now the marbles are in the ground. So now it's in the ground. So now they're starting right off the ground, which is good. I just need to push the camera backwards a bit. Or put it down. And then need to turn the yaw half. Or maybe by pi, we'll see. Alright, here we go. So now it'll start it right in front of a marble. Oh yeah. So now let's make sure all the spawn positions are good. Does Rainbow Road spawn scale up the size? No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright, so I gotta fix Rainbow Road spawn. So that's basically the same as the marbles. I think I can just do course length. On the X, we will see. Oh yeah, that was actually really close. We'll do course length like this. -5. Z. We'll turn the yaw around. There we go, that's a pretty good starting position. Maybe move it a bit closer. Awesome. Alright, so that spawn's good. Black hole spawn is good. At least I think it is. Actually, I don't think it's even pointing towards. Ah, no, it was just too high up. There we go, that's a better spawn. This one spawned good. This spawn is good too, but I think I need to increase the drag so that things slow down more. So the drag is right here. Change it to like 9, I'll try 9.7. This course sucks. There's not even a bunch of gaps so the marbles just get stuck. I should fix this up. Alright, let's check this one. This one spawns good too. I tested this one most recently, it's good. Canyon spawn needs to be fixed though. So switch it around, math.py. Put it down close to the ground, put the C at like -2. Wrong Z. Still can be a bit lower. And I believe also set the balls lower to the ground or marbles. No, so it's scaled, I believe. Or maybe it's not. Anyways, right now I'm trying to get the marbles right up against the ground, like that is good. It's not good how the one there that got stuck though. I hope that's not something that happens every time. Oh, it is. So that one's spawning in the wall. I need to fix that. -1. Three times 1.5. 3 times 0.5 plus 0.7. Okay. It's like equal. There we go. Awesome. Alright. So now I'm going to fix up the bit of blurring or ghosting that happens when you move the camera. Just to update that. Right here, if move back bigger than that, 0.2. I mean, it's already updating it at 0.2. I don't know. So I don't know how much more I can do than that. I'm gonna try updating it to like 0.5. That seems to be working. Oh yeah, you can see there's a tiny bit of ghosting here, but it's mostly good. So I'll go with this. Alright, I think I'm going to try and look at implementing the blue noise sampling now. So what would be a good course to test this on? Probably the scaffold fractal. So this one is really nice and noisy, which makes it good for testing the blue noise on. You can see here from the emissive lights down here, you've got this noise. We're hopefully going to try and reduce that a whole bunch by using blue noise sampling. I'm going to go to my blue noise generator. And you know what? I actually just remembered something I wanted to do for this. I want to add another type. Byte array. Option float array. This just outputs the raw data as byte and float arrays. So you can just include this in your code if you want, without actually loading another image. I'm going to load it as an image, but in some other projects I just want to load it as code. Alright, so type if type equals, so type 2 is red, green, blue A, type 3 or type 4 output byte slash float array. So then for this, instead of outputting the image data, alright, so if type smaller than 3, then output the image. Otherwise we're outputting text. Alright, so for this, we first want to create our temporary span. Just like right here, I'm just going to copy this code. And then we're also going to create a text area. Read only equals true. Wait, JavaScript text area read only. Is that, can you set that in the DOM? Yeah, you can. Read only t area dot value equals what if I just did bin? Wait, what if I wanted to output it as floats? I'll just do byte array. If I wanted to actually do float array, how would I do that? I guess instead of binary, I return float and I process it. I mean, there's no real downsides of that. It's not really going to be any slower. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Instead of converting rank, I'm going to store it into energy. Constructor equals float32 array. Now instead of doing binary, I need to convert this. So now I can do float array as an option. Could also do int array. Yeah, so actually if I want it to be integer, I should output the int32 array rank. If type bigger than 2, image done. uint32 array, I believe it is. Let me just check and make sure. New uint32 array, awesome. So is there a total size here? No, there isn't. So t size equals size times size. So then the value equals res times 256 divided by t size. And then flooring that. Raw data array text. Testing, pen child, text area, Actually, I'll just output the text. If type equals 2, byte array. Text plus equals, and then the data plus plus times 256 divided by t size. And then the first one is actually going to be output without the comma. So it doesn't have to do if I equals each of those times. So then else if type equals 3, int array, else float array. Alright, so now just do this for ints, which would be a bit harder. Float array should be pretty simple. Float array should just be (1.0) divided by total size. So this lets it know that it's a float. So then how am I going to do integers though? Because those are going to go to like 2 million. So the new int so if I scale it up too high though, maybe I should do short array. No, can't settle short. Alright, so how would this work? Byte you do times 256 because you don't need to worry about precision. So if the integer size freed it, what's going on with that webcam? I don't know what is going on with it. Oh, I've got a crappy green screen. It's not accurate. Yeah, it is experimental background removal. So I don't know if I think I should just calculate the integer multiplier for this. Because if I multiply it, I can't just multiply it by like the max integer value of 2 billion or it'll go overflow. So instead what I have to do is calculate How would I do this? Let me do this in console first. Alright, so if I got a value 255, that's like out of 256, and I want to scale it up to the max integer value. Wait. Oh my god, JavaScript is using signed integers for their bitwise operators. What? Oh no. Oh no. It's using signed integers. Oh god. Power 31 minus 1. Oh god. I hate JavaScript, man. Oh no. So wait, if I do u32 equals new uint32 array. Wait, actually, so if I go new uint32 array with a value of 1, and then I take that value and I do the bitwise operator, it still uses signs. No! JavaScript. Oh, I hate JavaScript, man. So, like, I'm trying to do unsigned integer bitwise operations here, and no matter what, even if I take the value from an unsigned integer array, it uses the signed bitwise operations. God damn it. Alright, so I can't even use bit. Did you just see that? I just typed in calculator and it fucking brought up California DMV. What? I actually need to look at this in the VOD. What the fuck just happened? I just typed in calculator. Alright, it's not quite up to date yet. I'm gonna wait and see. That's absolutely ridiculous. I just want the calculator windows. Somehow Windows managed to make the Windows searching worse. Alright, so this is the... Wait, no. This is the value that I'm trying to scale by, so... Oh, maybe I should convert to floats and then convert to integers. So what I could do is I could go the times divided by total size, and then because behind the scenes JavaScript actually uses 64-bit floats, it'll still have the proper precision. Hell yeah. So then after doing that, I multiply by the max integer value like that. Floor it, and boom. Okay. This should be updated now. Let me see what happened here. Oh no, it's still not updated. Man, I'm so used to YouTube streaming where you can go back and there's the VOD, or like YouTube actually, like you can actually go back in the stream. So here it is. Let's slow this down. Oh, I sped it up. I'm an idiot. I typed it wrong. I did CA semicolon semicolon. God damn it though. Why did it bring up the California DMV? I live in Canada. Alright, let's try this though. So this is the blue noise generator. It generates nice blue noise, but I'm changing it to generate byte arrays now. Oh, there's something wrong with it. Bin is not defined. ODIT is not defined. Oh, change some of the code here. Alright. Byte array. So that didn't generate a byte array. That did not generate a byte array. Those numbers are way too big. Type equals 3. And the timing is way off. Oh, so this end time is supposed to be divided by 1,000. Alright. So now, oh, this is checking equals. Wait, so this is 0, this is 1, 2. Oh, I counted wrong. Idiot. Awesome. Alright, so this is a byte array for all the integer values. So you can then copy this like into a program, and it'll give you the 16 by 16 blue noise values. And then the int-array version. Let me make sure this isn't going the max integer value. I actually suck at calculating, so you know what, the proper way to test this would actually, since it's based on the float array, use the float array. Yeah, and the float array is all 0 to 1. Awesome. Alright. Man, it's actually sick that this blue noise generator's done. Oh, wait, it's still outputting the wrong time right here. Why is it outputting the wrong time? Generated in end time equals date now minus start time. That's weird. Maybe it's not reloading. No, it is. I'm not setting end time anywhere else, am I? Oh, I am. I'm setting end time right here. Alright, here we go. That. Now let me just make sure everything works. So for example, you can also generate a whole bunch of textures. Oh, wait. Something broke. Something froze. So it only works, it has a limited size of 8 by 8. Never finishes if it goes below 8. Alright, so you can generate multiple blue noise textures as well. That's cool. Alright. So what size am I going to want for Marble Race? I have a max of 255 samples. So if it's 2D, I'm going to just need a 16 by 16. And I want it in red, green, blue. And I just want one of them. Alright, now we're going to save that. It's our blue noise. Now just to check that out, open up the blue noise in paint.net. Make sure that it's actually looking like blue noise. I'm pretty positive it is, yeah. So that's the blue noise. It looks like absolute craziness as the colored texture, but if you turn it to black and white, actually as black and white it looks like a white noise texture too. Huh, I wonder if red, green, blue noise is any different. So I know with this, if you take out one red, green, or blue, it should just leave a blue noise texture in one. Let me try this again. Disable all of them except for blue. Then convert this to black and white. Interesting, this doesn't actually look like a blue noise texture. In blue, out luminosity. Oh yeah, that's a blue noise texture. It's actually hard to see when it's so zoomed in. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to load that texture, and then we're going to use that texture to sample whenever we do our random hash function. Instead, we're going to call the blue noise texture in the path tracing right here where we normally call hash. Let me check what random values do I use. ZW. Y, ZW. Do I use anything else besides the X and Y either? No, I don't. I just use the X, Y, and the ZW, so I could just use YZ here. Alright, anyways, how many samplers do we already have? 5? Okay. There's a limit of 8. So that's alright. It's a blue noise texture. I actually load in. I can actually use the same code that I use for loading in backgrounds. Where is that? sload. Right here. Let's copy this and I'll load the blue noise at the beginning. I'm curious. Laptop sounds like it's running pretty hard. Is anything using the GPU? Wait. What on Firefox is using 13%? Wait, what's using 70% of my GPU? Why is the desktop window manager using 30% of my GPU? I guess that's OBS. That's normally not. if I close this. Yeah, so Firefox was running my GPU on that web page, even though it wasn't really rendering that much. Man, I gotta stop trying to develop for web browsers. It drives me fucking crazy having these browsers like Firefox and Chrome where you have no idea what's actually happening inside of it. So you run into some bugs and you're like, you don't even know if it's you or them. Alright, so if we want to load the blue noise, we do it when we load everything else down here. So I think right here when I set up the background texture, I'm also going to set up the blue noise image. So noise image on load. Then it sets up the texture here. And I'm not going to do any maps or anything. I'm just going to do custom. I'm not even going to do linear sampling. I'm going to do nearest sampling. Actually, wait, does linear sampling mess up a blue noise texture? I think it does. Blue noise text. Blue noise image. Noise image, and then nearest instead of linear. Clamp doesn't really matter because we're actually going to use texel fetch. Actually, none of this matters because we're just going to use texel fetch. Wait, I'm programming this in WebGL1. I don't have texel fetch. I'm an idiot. Alright, anyways, noise image.source equals blue noise.png. I'll load that in. Now we need, for the coarse rendering, we need a uniform. This.lightbn for blue noise. Get uniform location, blue noise. And then in the rendering down here, when we do the path tracing, right here, I'm going to bind another texture. And we need to keep track of the texture ID now because we've got multiple. Oh wait, blue noise isn't optional, so I can just do it right here. Active texture, texture 0. Line texture, blue noise texture. Then light blue noise, 4 is the thing, and now this will be 5. Alright. So just to test now, and I was wrong, I do actually need nearest sampling when I load it here. Oh, it's good I kept that then. Oh, be right back. wait. This shows audio playing, but I don't hear audio. Monka S? Oh, it's just really fucking quiet. Jesus. Alright, now that we got our blue noise, all we're going to do to start is we're going to output the blue noise. So we've got our blue noise sampler. And in the main method here, I'm just going to return GL color, texture, blue noise. And then UV.xxx, so it's white noise. Here we go, let's try it out. Warning, text parameter, no texture is bound to this target. I'm an idiot, aren't I? Am I really not binding it? This texture. Oh, I forgot to create the texture. Oops. Oops. Well, that explains a lot. Alright, so blue noise x equals gl.create texture. Here we go. Oh, the color balancing messes it up. But there we go, it loads the blue noise. So that's good stuff, we know it works. So now what we need to do is we need to replace this hash function in the BRDF with the blue noise. So let me, I actually changed something here. I don't think it'll make a difference though. So texture, blue noise. Now the real thing that we'll have to do here is convert the 3D position to the 2D blue noise value. And you know what, looking at this, I want this to repeat. I don't know if this is wrap or repeat, we'll see. But, I guess I could try just feeding in the position. The time. My other idea is I could just use this hash function. And then just do like hash.xy. And then use that blue noise value as the actual value. Error. Texture. I forgot to do texture 2D. It's hard to tell if that's better or worse. I think it's actually worse. I think it's actually worse sampling. I think I might need a more high resolution blue noise image. I don't know. Let's turn up the settings on this. Alright, actually, in these dark areas, it's kind of already looking better. It looks like it converges quicker. These dark areas are smoother. I'm going to actually take some photos to compare. So, print screen. I'm also probably not using the blue noise correctly. The other thing to be aware of. Now let's try it without the blue noise. I should also try increasing the blue noise resolution. Just as ran.z. I should have saved the same course seed so it had the same pattern, but yep, pretty sure the blue noise is better. You can especially see, like, right here. That one is much noisier. So that's really interesting. I'm honestly not that even interested in implementing the blue noise here, because I think it'll be slower and end up not being as good. But it's still really interesting to be aware of. I'm actually going to listen for the door, so one sec, I'm going to go get more water. Okay, so now one of the other things I'm going to try is I'm going to try sampling the blue noise just with the position. I'm just going to do rp.y. I'm going to do it hashed, so I'm going to do like, I don't know how I want to do this. xz plus rp.yx plus cam0.w I want to see if that looks better or worse. Oh, it's still texture instead of texture 2D. Whoa. So it's not sampling any different points. You can actually see the blue noise moving along and illuminating. It's actually a really interesting effect. So I guess this should be like multiplied by some values. Make it more pseudo-random. Yeah, so you can see it's still not correct. And my issue is that sampling a blue noise pattern randomly, I believe, makes it non-blue anymore. I may be wrong about that, but I think if you randomly sample blue noise, it's no longer blue. So my hash method actually shouldn't be much better, should it? If anything, I should probably increase the blue noise texture resolution. So this part is good. It's just this cam0.w. What's cam0.w again? Not here in the rendering. Frame seed. Frame seed. Cam0.w is frame seed, which is the current time of the 1 out of 60. So we can do fract cam0.w and then cam0.w divided by 16 or floor divided by 16 fract. Actually, there's no reason to do fract here either. So that should go along the blue noise texture each frame. And even though there's these lines at the beginning, it should converge. It's not, though. These dark areas are actually really good for testing. So these lines going across So if I change this to 1 divided by 16, at this point I'm more looking at some sort of uniform sampling than actual good noise sampling. Damn. Hmm. W divided by 16. Maybe instead try a different approach. Times 60, turn it back to 1. Multiply it like that. Times it by 60 times 0.5. And then quantize it to the 16 units that it actually is. Oh, I think I got it. Oh man, it's actually converging really nicely. Kind of. This raises the other question. Would the linear sampling the blue noise texture linearly improve or hurt this? And also, it would be a lot easier to see this if I took out the texturing of the scaffold fractal. So this texturing right here, instead if I made it 1, I'm surprised I'm actually not dropping more frames when I'm doing this because it is killing my GPU. Yeah, so you can see the blue noise sample pattern right here. But it definitely seems like it converges nice. Because you can see it's actually sampling evenly. Alright, I'll try linear sampling. I don't think it's going to work well, but you never know. Don't know till you try, right? Oh, it's really close. think linear sampling is better though. That's way better convergence down here than we got before. Alright, I really need to lower these options because it is killing the graphics. Look at how non-noisy it is down there. That's actually impressive. I just gotta figure out how to deal with those patterns right there. I think making it more random should work. So instead of doing these random positions, or just the random positions, 60 divided by 16 divided by 16. See how this works. Wow. I actually think just the blue noise texture sampling has slowed everything down. Bring up the FPS counter. So 27 FPS. Back to the old hash lighting. I don't know why I deleted that. Wait, 40? $30. Oh my god, the FPS is actually like... Jesus Christ, the FPS is like 4 times as high. What the heck? No goddamn way, are you kidding me? Alright, so I'm gonna save this course seed. Now let's try it with the blue noise again. Alright, so the blue noise does get way better sampling for these dark areas, but it is probably slower. Like a solid 10 FPS slower. Oh my god. This is 25 FPS looking down. This is 30 FPS getting down, so a whole 5 FPS from just sampling that texture. Oh man. Let's see if we can create an even better hash function. So I want this to be uniform noise. Do I have pi here? No, I don't. I'm gonna do one based on pi and the golden ratio, I think. Absolute value, RP, fract, ZXY, abs, RP, XY, ZY, plus cam0.w times Alright, so this is probably a really stupid hash algorithm. Yeah. It is a really stupid hash algorithm. Oh, look at this. Oh god. So now, if I increase this, I believe... multiply it by pi so that it's random. And then these are going to be sort of seed bases. That actually converges to a pretty interesting effect. So I believe if I increase the frequency of this, it should smooth it out. Ah, so no, it's still biased. So let me think about this. Abs minus, so this is doing negatives, which it shouldn't be doing. I feel like with the right frequencies, this would be the best. Can 0.w times 100 times pi fractional. Maybe the issue is this seed. Should probably run each of these through fract. It's interesting, it doesn't give a bad result though. You can especially see down here, it converges very quickly. What would be a good kind of uniform sampling? So I need to make these values all go in at a different time as well. So it takes turns looping through the X, Y, and Z together. And doesn't keep sampling the same points. So how would it do that? Going around the X and Z would be rotating. And then going to the Y as well would be looping around like that. Yeah, so basically a rotating ring of rays. Alright, so to start, I'm gonna comment this out. I'm also going to exit this because it's still rendering to the GPU apparently, which is a waste of energy. Oh, let me fix this. Wait, that actually made it worse. What? Anyways. So what we want to try to do is, as we go through time, we're going to spin around Oh, and we should also base it off the incoming ray direction, not just the position. So I offset by the normal a bit. Alright, so first things first. 3 rand, the x and z, or the x and y, equals the sine and cosine cam0.w. So this spins around equally. So then what this is going to do, it's going to rotate this xy onto the z. Doing yz times equals r2 and then this is just based off the ray direction, I think. Some random enough numbers. And then times 0.5 plus 0.5. So they should sample the exact same things at each pixel, but with different directions. I've never actually tried something like this before. That explains why it didn't work. W, vector field selection out of range. X rand.w. Oh. This can just be on and off each frame, as long as it's equal. Whoa. Alright, that definitely doesn't update quick enough. It actually looks pretty uniform. Just seems like it isn't going across based off the ray direction or something. Yz equals So this probably needs to spin around way faster. So Try multiplying it by 10. Also, these are constant values each time. You know what? It doesn't look wrong. And this shouldn't completely be off the ray direction. It should also be off the time. Oh god. So that idea didn't work. I think this is something I'm actually going to need to test extensively. Either way, the blue noise actually works worse. So I'm going to need to test this a lot more, but either way, I'm pretty happy with the state of this even without still traces decently well. I do think though I want to polish this up and make sure everything is still working as good as it can be before I release it. I think everything's good though. Alright, so now that I know the blue noise is like sampling a texture instead of a noise function is so much slower, I'm just not going to use the noise because to me it's not worth 5 FPS loss. And like that'll probably be more than 5 FPS on some really close together maps where there's lots of bounces and the noise function's being called a lot. I'm going to take away this noise texture. And I'm going to remove the code for loading the blue noise right here. And removing the blue noise texture from right here, because yeah, I'm not going to use something that kills the FPS that bad. I'm going to look for some sort of uniform hashing function. I saw this interesting post on Discord. I'm opening up Discord right now. On perfect spatial hashing. And that's kind of what I think I need. So I'm going to look at doing that. Doesn't seem like what I need, but anyways, I'm going to test this in shaders and Shader Toy. The best example I can think of for testing a noise sampling function or a 3D ray sampling function is like caustics. So I'm probably going to set up like a quick shader demo later this afternoon and post it on Shader Toy and use that to test a better sampling function. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream for this morning. I got some stuff to do, but I'll be back in like 2 or 3 hours. Then we're going to do the ray tracing sampling test, try and find a better uniform sampling function than hash. And I'll talk a lot more about that then, but if you want to keep talking about it, the bot posts the link to the Discord there. It's also linked down below. If you join the Discord, we can keep talking about this stuff. We have a pretty active programming section. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to catch the next stream in like 2 hours, follow me. And see you around. Have a good day.